Hello, and what is going on there, people of the fog? So, in today's video, I bring you Dead by iOS. I've been working on this theme for quite a few months now, and I decided I was going to release it as of now. The reason why I'm releasing it now, and I'm not waiting for, as I promised, for the mobile release of Dead by Daylight and the Android version for iOS and Android, that is because I'm going to be starting school next Tuesday, and I'm considering of just viewing this as a way of a parting gift, because I may not be able to do much content as much as I am currently doing now, because I'm going to be busy with school, and I want to do good in my anatomy class so it looks good on my record when it comes to the nursing program. So I'm still going to try to do some Dead by Daylight stuff, even though I'm going to be starting school. I'm going to try my very best to make some time for it, but if I can't, then I can't, and maybe I'll just do a small community post on it. But I'm really looking forward to still trying to hopefully do something for you guys. But if not, this is a parting gift. So yeah, so Dead by iOS is released now. I've added it to both my repo and my MediaFire account. So if you guys want okay, so let me start all over. If you guys are already jailbroken and are already knowledgeable of how jailbreaks work, then basically you'll just want to probably download it through my repo. And again, I will showcase all this stuff here momentarily, but if you guys are still jailbroken but you want the additional stuff on top of the theme, like this includes the UI sound, so if you want your phone to have a charging sound like this, then you're going to want to still download it from my MediaFire account, because the UI sounds are in there. And for those of you that aren't jailbroken, you can still kind of take advantage of my theme. I have made some wallpapers and some ringtones and text tones that you don't need to be jailbroken to take full advantage of those. You basically just plug them into iTunes and you can still use those. Again, I'm going to have a separate video on basically how to jailbreak, as well as how to properly put the sounds and how to properly put all the other... Man, she was really witchy, isn't she? That's my cat. How to properly put in the UI sounds, how to properly put in the boot logo, and how to properly do all that other additional manual stuff that you have to do, because I haven't actually found a way to add the UI sounds to automatically be installed to your device through my repo. Only the theme is the only thing I've gotten to work properly, so I'm gonna have to do some more research there. Yeah, if you guys want to take full advantage of my theme, you're gonna have to either download it and just install it all manually through MediaFire, or you're gonna have to download it through Snowboard, and you're gonna have to take the additional stuff from the MediaFire as well. Again, I will have a separate video on how to install this correctly, yeah. So where could you download this? Well, you can download this, again, as I've been mentioning, on my repo here. So let me just make sure that we're all good here. Okay, yeah. So this is my repo that I've created, so if you guys just want to take full advantage of the theme itself, then you will just basically have to add this into Cydia or Sileo. I think it's called Sileo, something like that. There are two different jailbreak applications that allow you to install tweaks and things like that. I personally use Cydia still. You guys might use Sileo, I don't know, but my repo is right here, so you'll basically add this in your sources, necrocrafts.yourrepo.com. and then you will basically see that the theme has been added into the changes tab, and it gives you a little description, and I'm gonna say thank you again for Happy Clown for allowing me to use your colored icons. If you guys want to donate to him or whatever, you can sure do that. He has his Patreon on there, and he's always making new colored icons for Dead by Daylight, and they're the ones that I use for this theme. So I have a link into his community Steam page, because that's what he asked me to do for credit. But if you want to take full advantage of this theme too, there is going to be some additional tweaks that you will have to install on top of Snowboard. I recommend using Snowboard as a theming tweak. I don't like using Anemone because one, it never really works properly for me. Two, it takes more resources off the device. So I prefer using Snowboard, and I would recommend adding the developer's repo to the Snowboard tweak, because there's some additional extensions that you're going to need to get the theme to work properly. So you're going to need about 4 tweaks to get this to work. One's going to be Snowboard, The second one's going to be snowboard icon mask extensions, snowboard settings icon extension, and then the respring extension. So those are going to be the 4 things that you're going to need to be able to use this tweak to its full potential. So you can also download this manually and do this all manually through my MediaFire account. So the alpha builds tab here is basically just early iterations of my Dead by iOS theme. They're pretty much junk, but if you guys want to take a look at what those look like and how I progressed over the months, that's where you can look at those. But the initial first release was the 1.1. I actually did a first one, but then I realized I left something out and I had to do an update. So Dead by iOS theme 1.1 is going to be the current one, and I will always be updating this, and I will always be updating my repo. If I've made any changes to the theme, you'll automatically see that through Cydia when you hit the refresh tab. So yeah, so that is that. So that's how you basically get Dead by iOS. But again, I will have a separate video for you guys as to how to jailbreak, kind of, as well as how to put in the stuff manually into your device. So let's just go a little bit into now jailbreaking. So what is jailbreaking? Because in order to actually use my theme, you have to be jailbroken on a iOS device. That includes an iPhone, iPad, iPod, etc., etc. Only certain versions of iOS are jailbreakable. Not every single version of iOS is jailbreakable. I would like to also point out some common misconceptions about jailbreaking. So, you know, a lot of people think that it is illegal based off of the name alone, jailbreaking. That is completely false. You are completely able to do whatever the hell it is that you want to your device, free of will. Congress even ruled out that jailbreaking was not indeed illegal. So that is one common misconception about jailbreaking. 2, a lot of people think, and it can, depending on what you're doing, it will break my device. That is such a very small chance that it will break your device. Like, it is so incredibly small that it will probably never ever happen. I've been jailbreaking Apple devices since like iOS 4 days, which was like when the iPod Touch 4 came out, the iPhone 4, 3GS. And back then we used to use a program called Red Snow, and it was a hell of a lot more difficult to jailbreak back in the day. And out of my times of jailbreaking, I've never had a device actually lock up on me or fuck up on me to the point where I couldn't do anything with it. The only time that I've ever had something happen was I just had to restore the software because the software got screwed up, and that was really it. Again, that's why you make backups before you do jailbreaking, mind you. And another misconception is, will it void my warranty? It's kind of a yes and a no situation. It's not like an Android operating system where if you root an Android, it automatically detects that it's been rooted within the hardware, and then it basically voids your warranty permanently. At least that's what I've been told. I don't have an Android, but that's what I've been told. If you do the equivalent to Android in terms of rooting, that it does permanently void your warranty. But the cool thing with a iOS device when you jailbreak is that no, it will not technically void your warranty so long that you don't take it into, say, an Apple store to have it fixed and it's jailbroken. So long as if you restore your, like, say you're trying to get a screen repaired or something like that, don't take it to them jailbroken. You want to make sure that you fully restore the device so it wipes the jailbreak clean off the phone, and they can't say some bullshit like, oh, it's jailbroken, we can't touch it, it voids the warranty. So but yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions out there. Again, it's all about doing your research and really watching what you see, and yeah, you guys should be completely fine. So, however, there was one thing that made it extremely awesome that had actually happened in the jailbreak scene not too long ago, and that is the iPhone X all the way down to the iPhone 4S. So that is basically when we're talking about processing chips in the Apple devices, we're talking about A11, I believe. Or is it A10? I think it's A10. So any A10 processors all the way down to like A6 or A5, so older processors, are basically able to be permanently jailbroken using a program called CheckRain. CheckRain was just developed not too long ago, about a few months ago, but the only people that can take advantage of CheckRain is people who have either Macs or Linux operating systems, because they, for whatever reason, they decided to skip Windows and go to Linux when not a whole lot of people use Linux over Windows. It first started out on Mac OS that the program was available to, but then they decided to skip Windows for a reason like I was mentioning and went to Linux. So we're still waiting on a Windows program to be able to use CheckRain, but if you guys have Mac or a Linux-based operating system, you can use the program, and if you have basically an iPhone X all the way down to a 4S, you'll be able to permanently jailbreak using the CheckRain exploit program. Now, Apple cannot patch this CheckRain exploit because it is in the hardware level, so it's a boot ROM exploit, and so what that allows you to do is any new iOS updates, you'll be able to update to that iOS version and re-jailbreak again. We haven't had something like this since like Red Snow, honestly, the Red Snow days. So we haven't had a boot ROM level exploit like this since like the iPhone 4, so pretty accomplishing stuff. So the iPhone 4, I mean, that shit came out in 2010, so it took them 10 years, just about 9 roughly, to find a new boot ROM exploit for Apple devices. So that is a great achievement. So that is one way you could jailbreak your device, is using the CheckRain exploit for those of you that have an iPhone X all the way down to a 4S. And you'll be able to be permanently jailbroken and not have to worry about updating. However, Apple then decided they were going to patch this type of exploit with the iPhone XR, the iPhone XS, and the iPhone 11. So that would be like the A11 chips all the way to the A12, because A12 isn't the one that is currently being used in the iPhone 11. Again, I'm talking to you guys about this stuff to kind of educate you guys, to basically, if you are new to the jailbreak scene and how this essentially works. So Apple basically patched it in these newer devices because, again, remember, this is a hardware level thing, so they basically fixed it in the new processor. So that means the A11, A12. So my iPhone XR here cannot take advantage of the CheckRain exploit. It will not work on my phone because it uses the A11, if I'm not mistaken. So I can't use CheckRain. So there's another jailbreak method, though. But you always have to wait for a new jailbreak when it comes to these newer devices. So Uncover, if you guys have ever heard of a jailbreak program called Uncover, I could probably show you on my phone really quick. So this is Uncover here. This is basically an application that you basically install on your phone, and it's very, very simple. What Uncover is it's basically a one button hit on your phone, and you basically hit it and it jailbreaks your phone for you. Now, the problem with this is this only works up to like, so this jailbreak only works from iOS 11 up to iOS 12.4.1, I believe. I think it's 12.4.1 is the last version that Uncover supports. However, there is a jailbreak that is going to be coming out with the newest version of Uncover. They found a new exploit to basically allow you to be able to jailbreak the iPhone 11 coming up pretty soon for the first time, running iOS 13.0 all the way to 13.3. So if you guys are on an iPhone XR up to a iPhone 11 and you guys are waiting for a jailbreak, well, good news to you guys. If you are on at least iOS 13.3, if you're on 13.3.1, it will not work. So you have to be on iOS 13.3. You guys will be able to basically jailbreak using the new version of Uncover that's going to be coming out. Right now they're doing some beta testing. I'm still on iOS 12 personally, but they're doing some beta testing before they release it to the public. So you guys will be able to jailbreak very soon on iOS 13 for those of you that are on, an iPhone XR all the way to an iPhone 11, so you guys can take advantage of my theme here. But yeah, again, Uncover, I'm on iOS 12.4, I believe. Let me see. Might tell me that information. Yeah, so my system version is telling me that I'm on iOS 12.4, so I haven't even updated to iOS 13 yet. I was going to, but the thing was they literally just stopped signing it literally like yesterday or this morning, so I can't upgrade to iOS 13. I was actually going to go go to iOS 13 right after making this video, but looks like I'm going to be stuck on iOS 12 still. So as long as if I have a jailbreak, I don't care, because I like using my iOS theme, and it's very cool. But yeah, you basically would just hit this button and it basically jailbreaks for you. So that's some information there for you guys on the jailbreaking scene there. But again, you guys got to be really careful with information as to doing your own research and how to jailbreak your devices, because there's a lot of false information out there, on YouTube especially. You'll find comments like I will be showing here on the screen here that say, you'll look up a video that say, we'll just say that iOS 14 is out right now, right? And even though there's no jailbreak for it, there's people claiming that there's a jailbreak for iOS 14.1 or something like that, when there quite clearly isn't. I know there isn't, but these people like to show you these false programs that they have on their computer that claim that they work, and all they really do is they're just viruses that are meant to either collect your information, or that they're basically trying to put malware on your computer, just shit like that, basically. You guys should always look at your sources on YouTube. iCrackYourDevice is a good source to look up for jailbreak information and new information that comes out for iOS jailbreaking, as well as iDevice Central. I use iDevice Central personally. I think he has a lot of useful information as the jailbreak scene, and he always debunks a lot of these fake jailbreaker people that come out and say, oh yeah, I got a jailbreak for iOS 14.1, when there is no jailbreak for iOS 14.1, for instance. So he likes to debunk a lot of these false people, and even though in the comment section it may show you that, oh yeah, thank you, this jailbroke my iPhone XR, I thank you so much, they're fake comments, they're bot comments, they aren't real comments. These are all fake comments that claim that whatever it is that they're showing actually works, when they really don't. So again, follow the correct sources like iDevice Central or iCrackYourDevice. These are YouTubers that I'm talking about that will basically show you information as to how to jailbreak, or how to basically keep up in the loop with the jailbreak scene and things like that. So yeah, this is probably a small crowd that I'm talking to right now that are probably even jailbroken at all. So, but it was something that I wanted to do and still give out to anybody out there that was jailbroken. Yeah, so I will basically show off what it looks like right now on the screen here. Alright, so this is what it looks like running on my iPhone 6. Pretty old device, but this is what I use to do a lot of my testing on my iOS themes. I don't really like using my XR for testing, but I do kind of a little bit of both. But here's what it's looking like running on my iPhone 6 here. So I have a lot more stock apps that you see here, so you get a better idea of how it looks. I recommend using a custom font too on top of this. Again, I will have details about that on the next video when I talk about the installation and all that. But I recommend using a custom font like I have here on the 463 on my mail. Only because if you use the stock font, I find that it actually stretches out these entity arms and it looks very terrible. So you may have to find a font that works for you a lot better. I use the hanging tree font personally, but yeah, so. And you'll see here in my social here, you'll have a lot more apps that you can use to use from. So I use Ghostface for Snapchat because the Snapchat little icon is a ghost, so I thought Ghostface was kind of funny to use for that. You got Spotify, which basically is just Legion, basically kind of doing the mad thing. YouTube, Discord, iFunny, Reddit, although I didn't really do anything for these because not a whole lot of people use these icons. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot of stock icons and stuff for even applications itself. Again, I think these ones were ones that I already showcased on my XR. But yeah, everything works pretty much as you would imagine. You go into settings here. Well, I don't want to show my iCloud here. There we go. So you go into settings here, and again, works as it should too. You got all your icons working properly, and yeah. Goes all the way down, and then that's just jailbreak tweak stuff. And one last thing that I forgot to almost show you guys here is the ringtones here. So if you guys like a lot of the ringtones, and again, you guys can take advantage of this part of the theme. You don't have to be jailbroken to put these in. Again, you can put these into basically your iPhone, any device, without a jailbreak, just using iTunes. I've already conjured these up together that I've edited myself, but you have like the end game. Well, that's actually a text tone. Sorry, these are all ringtones. So if you see RNG, that stands for ring. So if we go down to TXT, that stands for text tone. So we have, so you can use that as your text tone. So that's basically the dead sound effect. So that is the end game bell, the level up noise, the obsession noise, that would be the prestige noise. When you purchase something in the store, just another form of it. That's small game. Basically, when you use small game, that's a little indicator. The start noise. A lot of these are probably very obnoxious, I'm not going to lie, but who knows? Some people might find these pretty fun. Ultra rare. And that's pretty much all that I have for text tones. Now, if we go into ringtones, well, same thing. Ringtones, there's quite a lot of ringtones. I've done a lot of the menu type related ones and themed related ones. I haven't done the doctor, actually. I need to do that and add that to the theme. But I will definitely do that one. Let me see here. So, 3-year anniversary. Archives. Clown. Curse Legacy. Oh, I did do the doctor. I didn't think I did. Ghostface. Hollow Blight. The old Halloween one. And you're hooked. Typical Killer. Legion. That's just the regular main menu. Moonrise event. And this was that weird audio that some people got when they would be picked up patches ago, so I decided to add that in there. Plague. Scorched Summer. The Spirit. Stranger Things. The Survivor one. And that's all I have right now. So, yeah, so that's all basically the ringtones and text tones that you can take advantage of. You don't have to be jailbroken at all. You can take advantage of those. And again, you can also take advantage of my wallpapers too. You don't need to be jailbroken for those. So yeah, have fun with that. So if you guys aren't jailbroken, at least you can kind of take advantage of the theming for my iOS device thing here. So yeah. Now, when we're talking about the UI sounds here, you will have to be jailbroken to basically take advantage of this, and you'll have to manually add these in. Again, I'll have that in the next video. But basically, this allows you to basically have different UI noises throughout the whole phone. For example, I made the generator skill check noise for when you send and receive a message, and I also made a ticking noise every time you click on the text here. So, for example, and that's what you get when you get a receive. So it's kind of like you hit a good skill check. So, and you also get a custom charging noise every time you plug in your device too. It'll make a noise as well. So again, you'll have to be jailbroken to take advantage of that, but all the ringtone stuff and stuff you don't have to be. So yeah, guys, so that is basically Dead by iOS. It should work on the iPhone 6, probably the 5S too, and any of the other little devices, all the way up to the iPhone 11, I'd imagine, once that comes out. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to ask me in the comments section below. And I will have another video on basically how to get this to work. Oops, what did I do? basically how to get all this to work efficiently, and I'm going to do a little bit more in depth with the jailbreaking stuff, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.